Welcome back. Here's an interesting topic. We'll fling it up the flagpole, see what we think. Anyway, have you ever, you guys are familiar with dogs. You ever seen a beautiful dog, like one of the larger breeds that's really beautifully trained, like I'm not that from, you know me, I'm kind of a cat person. He's not here right now, but the dogs that are really well trained, like a beautiful German Shepherd, or I'm not sure what the other breeds are, but the big ones that are beautifully trained, they're disciplined, they're loyal, they're attentive, they're affectionate, they're extremely healthy. Obviously, they get all the exercise that they need. Of course, they get the perfect diet, right? Dogs wake up every day and go, "Oh, the exact same food as yesterday. I am so happy," and they'll eat exactly what you give them. But anyway, there's something remarkable about a really well-trained dog. There's also something really profoundly obnoxious about a poorly trained dog. The all their habits and traits and ripping stuff up and jumping on your crotch and all the stuff that they're not supposed to be doing. But we know the difference. And the difference, of course, is in how they were trained and their owner and all that sort of stuff. And so it always occurred to me that if humans were second on the food chain, if there was a species greater than ourselves, and we were kind of like their pets, like if I had grown up as someone's pet and I'd been, a really caring, loving somebody who just instilled in me all the right habits, the proper thinking, the proper hygiene, the proper diet, all the right kind of exercise. It was constant education and learning. It's rather obvious that, I'd have a whole host of skills, and yet humans aren't pets. We're not dogs, obviously. And so, behavior modification, for all of its advantages, doesn't really suit the human soul because we're a billion times more intricate and complex. And if you train our outer life, the inner life oftentimes then is the problem. And I bet many of you grew up under governors and tutors. Maybe you had a very strict or very straightforward upbringing. It was either mom or dad or the both of them that just, that raised you with very strict, very regimented upbringing. And yet, here we are today. But the reason I bring this up is that I think all of us know that there's a great deal of potential wherever we are in our life that's still dormant or unrealized. And we all are facing within ourselves our own capacity to, here's the phrase, bring out the best in ourselves. Bring out the best in ourselves. Have you ever heard sometimes I listen to some guys talk and they talk about they met the woman who finally brought out the best in him. And I think of the Disney story Beauty and the Beast, which is tied for first of the favorite fairy tales of all time. And it just, it has to do with the beast being tamed, being directed, having the best brought out in him by the beauty. And so we hear of this in relationships, or the woman might say, I found the man that made me want to be the best version of myself. Of course, this is a very joyful and propitious thing to find in relationship. But what would happen if within our very own selves we had Beauty and the Beast? We know that we have the beast, the untamed part of us that's undisciplined, that's always going to eat the 4 extra pieces of chocolate or the extra serving of food, or is going to go back to sleep when we could get up and do something, or the part of me that won't practice the piano scales and instead I'm just going to watch 13 more YouTubes in a row, and the part of us that wastes time. And we all know we have this, and we all know that we're somewhere on that scale. And I think we all know that there's no upper limit to who we could become if we submitted ourselves to governors and tutors. Now, we're humans, and so I don't particularly want an outside agency. I don't want a government or an institution or an ideology to be my Lord and Master. Who I want to be my Lord and Master, as best as I can say it, is God. And of course, everybody has to find this God of their own understanding. But perhaps for the rest of the week, we might ask ourselves, what's the upper limit of my capacity if beauty won out over the beast? If I really did, if I really was interested in bringing out the best of myself. Of course, in the recovery movement, when you come in, you're pretty ripped up, and they have you do an inventory of your life, and you take a look at it, and it's gross, man. It's just a mess. And then, you know, you clean some of it up, but thank God you only have to do that once. No, it's like a constant inventory of how we could be doing better. And I know it's a hideous topic, and I'm sorry I made you listen to it, but maybe this is projection and I need to listen to it to myself, because I know that there's a lot more that could be brought out. I'd like to bring out the best in myself, and I know if you're on this call that you would like to too. So food for thought, much love. Be easy on yourself, but be hard on yourself as well. See you tomorrow.